On today's episode of Nostalgic Nick-Nacks, I'm going to be challenging myself and seeing if I can fit 8 Final Fantasy characters onto this super pegboard. Stay tuned and find out how it goes. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nostalgic Nick-Nacks. My name is Ryan. I hope you're doing well today. Today's video is a very simple one. Sometimes I wonder how many characters can I fit on a super pegboard? We all know the answer to the small pegboard, but how many can I fit on this one? Before I get started, let me know down below. How many characters have you put on a pegboard before? Has it gone very well? Were all the characters ironed perfectly? I want to know that. If you are new to fuse beading and you want to know what you need to buy in order to start fuse beading yourself, please check out this video up here. It's one of my first videos I did, and I go through all of the materials necessary to be a fuse beater and to get started. So check that out. Also check out the description below, and that will give you all of the links to where you can purchase. If you purchase from Amazon, you will be helping out the channel. They are affiliate links and I'll get a small percentage. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to save you any frustration that sometimes comes with getting started with this craft. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. So going into this, some of my hesitations are that all of the characters will not get ironed evenly. And so what do you do in that case? Is it worth it to put them all on the same board, or to do 2 different boards, or just forgo it all and do one tiny board for one character at a time? So I think this is a very interesting quandary here, and I just want to see how it goes. Are they ironed evenly? And is it worth the risk? Alright everybody, now it's time to test the limits of this super pegboard and see how many characters I can fit on here. I'm going to cut to the footage of already having the characters made, and you're going to see the ironing process and see how it works out for good or for worse. Okay, so the challenge today is to see if I can fit 8 Final Fantasy characters on this super board, and I'm able to fit them on here. So let's see if I can iron them where nothing is messed up, no beads are missing. Let's do it. So some of the beads over here on this side of this character here, Setzer, are right on the edge. So I'm going to start on that side and work my way across. So always try to have your iron, your heat press set down where you're slowly sitting it down and it's not causing all the other beads to be messed up. So you gotta just be very careful. So the important thing is to always try to get those perimeter beads, in this case all the black beads, to be ironed first, because if you can get those guys, the rest of it's going to be a whole lot easier. And sometimes while I'm doing this, I actually will angle my heat press so I can get a little bit more detail work going on. And just remember, don't be heavy-handed. Be patient, take your time. Notice those little details. And sometimes you can heat 2 characters at once, and that works out pretty well. So try that with these 2 here. These 2 characters are looking really good. Everything's evenly ironed. And so I've moved on to these 2. And always remember, when you're doing something like this, don't forget to breathe. Always check your work. Alright, now moving down to the bottom row. If you haven't seen my video where I talk about this heat press and the Cricut Mini heat press, please check that out. I'll leave the link right up here at the top. And it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect with the heat presses. I highly recommend heat presses because they will give you a balanced heat distribution, and your projects will look a whole lot better than using a traditional iron, and they're not too expensive. Alright, so I've lost a few beads here, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get these other characters flipped. So I have my cardboard, take the other side, hold it, and flip just like that. Alright, now I'm going to iron the other side. Alright, now let's put the books on them and see how everything ends up. Okay everybody, I'm going to take off the books. Let's see how things are looking here. It's been about 15 minutes. See how everybody turned out. With 8 characters on the board. So let's see. So she's looking pretty good. A couple of beads here that need to be ironed a little bit more, but not too bad. Edgar's looking great. Kefka's looking early even here. Setzer's looking great. Tara is looking great. Locke is looking really great. And Sabin as well. Now this is the character that lost 2 beads here. My only casualty, as you can see here, I would have to go in and try to put a bead in there and a bead there, and just wouldn't work. So here's the show. However, though, I was able to do it. It was able to be done, and I would say that out of all the characters, only one definitely did not get fused all the way, but overall, not bad. Okay, everybody, so that's the end of today's video. What did you think? Was it worth it to see all 8 characters on that super board? Do you think it would be worth it for you? I think, in my opinion, I would say I'll probably go for 6 at a time instead of 8. When you have 6 characters, it's definitely very doable. But when you start to get up to 8, there's very little room left on the pegboard. The sides of the characters may not get ironed. But I do have to say, things came pretty close, and only one of my characters suffered a little bit with those 2 black beads falling off. So all in all, if you want to practice it yourself, I highly recommend it. Maybe start with some smaller characters and try to iron as many as you can on one board. I think it's definitely a time-saving method, but be aware that sometimes you might not get a perfect melt because you have so many characters. I'm glad I did this today. It showed me a few things about what I can and what I cannot do on the pegboards, and I hope that it showed you something today with the capabilities of fuse beading and just how many characters we can put on these boards. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the comments, the likes, the subs. You all are amazing, and thank you so much for helping to grow this community. I pray that you have a fantastic day, and until next time, grab your super pegboard and put as many or as little characters on it that you want, and happy beading!